there, friends. It's cold out there. It's time to expand on my soup collection. We're gonna start with the first one this year with the Chicken Corn Chowder. Absolutely delicious. I'm gonna show you how to make a chicken stock from scratch. Really, really simple. And then we're gonna make this delicious, creamy, smooth, fantastic corn chowder. I'm glad you're here. I'm gonna show you how to make it. Remember, thumbs up if you like the video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. And don't forget to ring the bell. Just stay tuned. We're doing it right now, friends. Okay, friends. Well, before I show you how to make the easiest soup in the world, I'm going to make a little stock. Now, for those of you that buy stock because you don't have time to make it, you can just skip that part right there. But I'm going to show you, maybe you're going to stick around to see how easy it actually is to make a chicken stock, okay? And the beautiful thing is, we got all the parts to make it here for free. So, free, you're going to say, wow, where do we get free chicken? Well, it's not actually free, but... so this chicken right there, this is a big chicken, friends. I got a huge chicken right there. It was an 8-pounders. And I paid $12 for this chicken. So it's not too bad. The beautiful thing is I got beautiful breasts that I'm not going to use for the soup because I'm going to use a dark meat for the soup. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove them. So the first thing you want to do is you want to remove the legs. It's very simple, okay, friends? All you want to do is make a little slit right there in the chicken. Little slit right there. You want to make sure you don't cut that breast right there. And all we're going to do is we're going to pop it. See right there, this is what I'm talking about, popping right there. And it's very simple. Now that you popped it, you can remove it easily right there. And you got one beautiful leg. All right? And now we're going to do exactly the same thing on the other side. We're just going to put it and we're going to pop. And we're going to do exactly the same thing where you take it and you pop it. And you pop it by putting your finger on the other side of it. And you pop it right here. And all you got to do is cut straight through. And you got yourself a leg. And you don't need that extra skin right there, so we'll put that in there. Okay, so now what do we got? We got to remove the breast, friends, because, like I said, I don't use them in a soup. I find that then it's they get tough and dry. Chicken breast should never be cooked in a poached environment. So what I do is I remove the skin. It makes it easier. Because again, I don't need that skin for what I'm going to be doing for the breast. So I'll remove it. I can put that in there. I'll tell you what I got going on in the pot in a second, but it's very simple. So to remove the breast, very simple. I've done it in a few videos, but we have so many new subscribers that they may not have seen it because there's so many videos out there, you guys don't see them all. So you take and you cut the breast. All you do is you keep your knife on the bone. And you scrape the bone. That's all you do. You scrape the bone. You see, look. See, the bone is right there, friends? I don't know if your camera can show it, but my knife is on the bone, and I'm going down, all the way down, and I'm removing the breast. All I want is the breast. That's all I want. So I'm just going to take the breast right out, friends. Right there. Go on the wing bones, and very simple. Just take the breast. That's all I'm interested in taking right now. Boom. I got a beautiful breast. Right, look at it. That's a big breast right there, friends. You can do a lot of good things with this. And then we're going to do exactly the same thing on the other side. Same thing exactly on the other side. Where we follow the bone and remove the breast. See? Follow the bone. It's easy. You know, how do I do it? Just follow the bone. See, look. Put your knife on the bone. Make sure you slightly scrape the bone when you go down. You see? All the way down, all the way down. You get to the end. Very simple. You got a bone right there. Go around it. And boom. You got another perfect breast. What do we do with this now? Very simple, friends. You take it. You break it. And you take the whole thing. Boom. Put it in there. This right there. We're going to take it and we're going to put it in there as well. And we're going to cook it for about an hour, hour and a half. An hour and a half later, we're going to take the meat out. We're going to show you how to do that. Okay, I'll take them out and then I'll do them separately from the stock. And this We'll deal with this later in another recipe. This is not for the chicken soup recipe, okay? So, bear with me 1 second when I clean my hand. It's very simple, friends. What we're doing is like very simple to make a stock. It's nothing to it. It's all about vegetables. Let me just sanitize my table real quick. My cutting board right there. I got my sanitized water in my sink. I always like to sanitize to make sure it's clean. It's very important. Okay, so not that we need the table anymore, but we have it. So what else do we do now? Very simple, friends. We're going to put some vegetables in there. Very simple, okay? Celery. This is 2 stalks of celery, the whole celery. 2 stalks of celery. This was about 3-4 pounds of carrots. I don't peel them. I wash them very carefully. I don't peel them. There's a lot of goodies in the carrots, in the peel. We put them in there. And this is 1 big leek. If you can't find the big one, it was that big, so it's really big. There's 1 big leek, and I only use the white and the green part. If you can't find a big leek, then use 2 or 3 of them. Depends the size of it you want to do. Leeks is very important when you're making stock. And then we're going to use a little flavoring in there, friends. Okay? Fresh thyme. Thyme goes with everything. Garlic, about, I don't know, that was about 8 cloves of garlic that we cut in slice, in little slivers, so the flavor comes out of it. And 17 peppercorn. I didn't count them, so I don't know how many. And then we're going to put water on top of that, friends. And basically, we're just going to cover the vegetables. That's all we're going to do. Enough water to cover. Enough water to cover. You see, like right there, enough water to cover. That'll give us plenty of stock. We're going to bring this to boil. Okay, as soon as it's boiling, we're going to reduce it down and we're going to let it cook bloop, 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 very, very slowly for about an hour and a half. An hour and a half from now, we're going to take the legs off and the wings. We're going to take the legs off of the wing and we'll put them aside. We'll take the meat of it later and we're going to let it cook for another couple of hours. Longer you let the stock cook, and better off you are. I didn't put any salt and pepper because you don't put salt and pepper when you make stock. And you're wondering why? It's because then you have a stock that is like a white canvas. You're ready to paint it on. It's got the flavor. It's ready for you, but now you want a flavor. So if you're using soy sauce or anchovies or caper or anything that's got salt in it, any food product that's got a lot of salt on it, and your stock already has salt, then you're going to have an over-salted dish. So you never salt stock. You salt the dish you're going to use, because stock, you don't eat it like that. This is not a soup. This is a stock. So you don't drink a stock. So that's why you don't put the salt and pepper. You don't put the salt and pepper in what you're going to, the dish you're going to use to or the stock for. Okay? So we'll be back when this has cooked and the dark meat has been taken out. And we'll be back and we'll make the soup together. So I'll see you in a little while. Oh boy, it smells delicious in here, friends. I mean, between the chicken stock and the bacon, I got about 6 ounces of bacon that I'm sweating slowly so it releases its fat, you see? See right there, look at the fat right there, friends. You see the lean part of the bacon is not burned. It's crisp but not burned. It's very important, okay? That's why you have to do it very slowly. And you see in the fat, so this is better than olive oil. So I got a big onion right there, big onion that I slice small. Everything in this soup, friends, gotta be small, okay? Because it's not one of them soup where I take my boat motor and I puree everything nice and smooth. It's not it. It's not it. It's a very, very delicate soup with all this. This is gonna be delicious, my friend, okay? So, look, I'm going to show you the stock, okay? Look at the stock. Look at this. Look at this. This, my friend, not only smells amazing when you make this, let me tell you. It smells amazing, but it's gorgeous. All right, so this is going to be the base for the soup. So now, if you don't make your stock because you don't have time or it was not difficult, you have to admit. Trust me, you try one time, you may never not do it again. I'm just saying, So, so the onion, we're going to sweat them. We're not going to caramelize the onion. I just want to sweat them. Whenever you're cooking an onion, you got a choice. Two choices, really. One, you want to sweat them so they release their juices, the sugar in there. And two, you want to take those juices, those sugar, and you want to caramelize them. That's when you get more of a personality. In this soup, the onion is just in the back. It's not like, you know. So it's very important. Then we sweat them. So it's an expression: sweat the onion, sweat the shallots. You heard it. You heard it. You sweat them. That's what we're doing. So what happens is when they sweat, they go from white to translucent. Let me let that happen for a little bit longer. Let's talk about the ingredient, friends. Celery. I got about 2 things of celery, very, very thin to thing, you know, to stalk. But they were small stalk. Normally you got a big one. They got a little stalk. So I put 2 of them in there. Leeks. Mostly the white part of the leek and a little bit of the green. Again, 1 or 2 big ones. I got cheddar cheese. I got 8 ounces of cheddar cheese shredded. I got carrots. I'll show you. You know, we don't buy them like this. I'm going to show you how we make them. It's easy. And then and I got 2 big baking potatoes. That's the leg of the chicken that I took out. The leg of the chicken that I took out. Now, after, before I strained all the stock, I took, an hour later, I took them out. You keep them in the stock. Keep them in the broth, otherwise they'll dry out on you, okay? And then what we'll do, we'll take the meat out at the end. All right? So, and that's all. Flavoring. Okay, so I'm excited because I love this soup. And I tell you, I know right now in a different part of the country, in Florida, we don't have to worry too much about it. But in part of the country, it's very cold out there, right? And a good chicken soup. And this chicken soup is going to be delicious. I'm telling you, you guys are going to love this. All right, so I got a jalapeno pepper. You can skip it if you don't want it. It's not really hot. Sometimes they kind of a little spicy, but not really, you know. On a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being very spicy, there may be a 1 or a 2. But sometimes they could be a little spicy, so you have to be careful. All right, so we put them in there. We're going to put a little garlic, friends. I got 2 tablespoons of garlic, chopped fine. Put as much or as little as you want. You know, there's no rule here. You know, where people say, oh, you got to measure exactly. Don't measure. Put whatever you want. It's okay. You know, what? People are going to complain, Mama, you know, I like your soup, Mom, but a little garlic, I don't know. You know what I mean? So the celery goes in. Then the leeks goes in. And I got this going on over there. I'm trying to keep so we don't have too many balls in here, friends. That's the secret. So, see, everything nice and small, because everything's going to remain in there. The potatoes got to go in too. And the potatoes, I'm just going to drain them. And I keep them in water, otherwise they oxidize. I mean, there you go. You don't need me to tell you that. You know it already. The only way to do it, keep them in water like that is good. Right? Take it out. Boom. We're done. All right. Then the carrots to go in. I got to drain them too. I might as well use that. There you go. Right there. Boom. Right there. Drain carrots. Boom. And the carrots are going to be the one that's going to take the longest to cook. Now, I wanted to show you. First, I'll show you. Let me make sure everything is okay here. You know what I do? Not to worry about the bottom of my pot right now because I got to do this. I want to just put this in there. So then I don't worry about the bottom of the pot, you see? Otherwise, I have to worry, and it's gonna stick in there. All right, so then I don't have to worry. All right, so I can relax. The carrots, you know, you're going to say, oh, you can just chop carrots. Of course you can just chop them. Slice them thin, otherwise they're not going to cook, right? You know what I do? I get one of those, I showed you in some of the video what I do, but some of you, there's so many new subscribers, then you guys don't know, so I got to show you, right? So you get one of those, I forgot what it's called, a zester or channel knife. It's called channel knife. And then you cut a channel. You see, look, take a channel. See right there, boom, take a channel. Boom, it's pretty simple, you see? Everything we do is simple. When you see it, you go, okay, I can do this. you know, everything we do is simple. Then what you do, you take a knife, and then you cut your carrots. I didn't do a good job, as you can see. It's kind of a funny wheel, right? But you got the idea, right? You take your time. Don't do it like me. Fast. And voila, you got carrots. You see? Boom. Hallelujah. What do you do with this? Well, we're not going to throw it away. We're not going to throw it away. You know, I hate to throw anything away. So you know what? It'll be interesting. Put that in your soup also. Nobody's going to complain. Right? I used the rest of it in the stock when I made the stock. Now, what about flavoring? Another trick that I like to show you is when I prepare my herbs in advance. And let's say I make everything the day before. And I like to chop everything the day before. Good mise en place. I like to chop the herbs, but if I don't store them correctly the next day, they don't look so good. So you know what I do? I take a little paper towel, a little moist, and I put a dry paper towel on top of it. And I got my sage right there. And you see, this I chopped it yesterday. And look, it's beautiful. All right? How much sage you put in? It's really up to you. I think I put it all in there because I like sage. This was about 2 full tablespoons of sage. It depends how you chop it. You know, I chopped it up very fine. Flavoring. First of all, salt. Let's put some salt in there because remember, there's no salt in the stock. So I got 2 teaspoons now and we'll see what happens. Remember, now, if you are buying a store-bought stock, it's already full of sodium, so you don't put the salt. You put the salt at the end, all right? Then I like to flavor it. You can put all kind of spices in there, cumin and ginger, whatever you want to put in there. You know what I like? I make a little curry. I gave you the recipe a few times. I'll give it to you again this time. I like to put a little curry in there. You can put your favorite curry in there. Believe me, it's going to be in the background. I'm going to put a 2 teaspoons of curry. It's up to you. You don't have to put the curry. You may not like the curry in there. I like it in the background, so that's mine. We're going to put cheese later on. We're going to wait. It's good cheddar cheese. The chicken, we're going to take it out later. Let's put the stock in there, friends. All right, let's see how much stock we're going to put in there. I think it's good. I like to keep always a little extra at the end. All right, we're going to cook this, friends, until the vegetables are nice and soft. And then we're going to finish it up with a cheese. I'm going to put a little bit of cream. And then we're going to take the chicken off the bone there. And we're going to fix the texture to have the perfect consistency in the texture. And it's really that simple. I hope I didn't forget anything. If I did, I'll catch you back later in a minute. We're going to cook this, so I'll come back when the vegetables are nice and soft. Okay, friends? Okay, friends. It didn't take that long. It took about 45 minutes. Depends what kind of heat source you got underneath there. And so the vegetables are soft. That's all we're concerned about. So now the chicken, remember to keep it in the stock, friends, okay? You got to keep it in the stock because if you don't keep it in the stock, it'll dry out on you, okay? And if it's a little pink, great. Then you took it out on time. You didn't overcook it because it could dry out on you. And especially if you take it out and you don't keep it in the liquid, submerged in liquid. Okay, so you take your time to do this a little better than I am doing it. You got the idea, right? You just want to shred a chicken. You don't want big pieces of it because they don't fit in a spoon. So you put your big pieces of chicken in there, just like this, you see? And you come over here. Now, you can certainly also add a few chicken legs. You can buy a few chicken legs, extra one. You see, this is perfectly cooked, see? It's still a little pink in there, and that's going to, it's perfectly cooked. I don't like it where it's dry as bone, you know? Dry as bone. I don't know where they got that expression from. But I use it all the time. So here we go, friends. You see, look, take your time. Or, see, look, there's a lot of meat in there. It doesn't look like it, but look at that. That's a lot of meat, my friends. Right there, right? A lot of meat. All right, we're going to put all this in a soup, right? And then we can take that stock and put it all in there as well. This is all goody, okay? Now, you can certainly take your time to do a little better than me because you don't have camera running and you don't have a video that could be too long because you're talking too much. There, put that in there. There you go, everything. Beautiful right there. All right, that's stuck. I may have enough right now. We'll see what happens when I do my next step. So the next step is to get rid of all this first. So I got a ball right there. Let me get rid of all this. You can take your time to do, like I said, a much better job than I did. Okay? And then you take all that chicken. It goes right in there, my friends. All that in there now. Oh, we're not finished. We're going to put a bunch of stuff in there now. I tell you what. It's good? Oh, sure, it's good. It's not going to hurt anyone. All right, so now, let's make sure. I turned it off a little bit because I didn't want it to overcook it. The minute the vegetables are soft, you're good to go, friends. You're good to go. Maize is soft. I just got to clean this up because it drives me crazy just to look at it. And then I got a little corn salad. Now we got to fix the texture. It's all about the texture. Remember, it's all about the tongue. It's all about the tongue. It's how your food touches your tongue. You see, if I give you this soup right there, there's nothing wrong with it. Nothing wrong with it on your tongue, but nothing like compared to what I'm going to show you in a minute. Because if it's too thin, it doesn't stay on your tongue long enough. I explain that every time I make a soup. So for those of you that have seen it, said, yeah, here goes again. But it's true. If I give you something too thin, it stays on your tongue only a few seconds, and the tongue doesn't have time to figure it out. Your taste buds are like, oh, what happened? Because remember, it's all on the tongue, in the mouth. It's not in the throat. The minute the food is in the throat, gone. 2.5 cups of frozen corn. I put frozen. Put fresh. Frozen corn, easier. We got enough stuff to do these days. Okay, so then the cheese. I told you about the cheese, the exact amount. If I didn't tell you, I think it was 8 ounces, but don't quote me because I quoted you earlier when I remembered. Now I don't remember. So we're going to melt the cheese in here. And then, friends, we're going to put a little bit of cream. Just a little bit of cream. You don't have to put the cream if you don't want to. It's just to give it an extra texture and smooth consistency. It's kind of like, it's really important. But you don't have to put that in there. I'm using a 36% fat cream. And I'm just going to put a little bit in there, just like this. See, that was maybe, what would you say, 1/2 cup? And that's all you need. You don't need that much more. You really don't need much more, you see. We're going to mix it all up real well. We're going to adjust seasoning. And it's way too thin, you see. It's way too thin. Everything is falling in the bottom. And we don't want that. So that's why we're going to bring the cornstarch. But the soup has to be in a boiling point before the cornstarch work. So what I'm going to do until it comes to boiling point, I'm going to test it to see if my seasoning is, see, this is a wrong consistency. It's way too liquid. So we're going to fix that. Let's see. It's really delicious, but it needs more salt. Doesn't have enough salt. So very important to put the salt. Some people said I put too much salt. They're not there. They're not testing it. If you're not testing, how do you know I put too much salt? Think about it, right? A lot of people say, oh, he put too much salt. Put as much salt as you want. How do you know you have enough salt? If you're not sure, friends, you take a little bowl right there, and you put a little bit of soup, and you keep adding salt until you can test it too much. Then you go, okay, that's enough. Then you test it, and then you can do the salt in here. All right, friends? We have to wait for it to boil. So give me a couple of minutes. I don't know how long it's going to take me. But however long it's going to take, I got to wait because I cannot finish the consistency of the cornstarch until it comes to boil. Cornstarch only works when it comes to boil. That's the problem a lot of people make. They put the cornstarch and they keep putting it in, It doesn't work until it comes to boil. When it comes to boil, oh, now you got concrete. Oh, now you got too much. So we're going to wait a second. I'll be back in a second. All right, friends. Let's make sure you get a good rolling boil now, not a fake boil. And you see, everything is in the bottom. Everything falls in the bottom. We don't want that. We want it to stay in the right texture, so that's what we're going to change. So you can do this with a cornstarch, with tapioca powder, some arrowroot. It's really up to you what you use. Same deal. You dilute it in about a equal amount of water, roughly. I mean, I never really measure. You have to have a consistency of thick cream, like okay. And we're gonna put a little bit in it first and see what happens. And we may have to add more. Let's just see what happens. You'll know when you start to see everything floating, so it gives you the perfect consistency. You see, it's starting all of a sudden, the things don't fall immediately in the bottom because there's weight to it, you see? And how much you put in, it's really a matter of opinion, eh? I put the whole thing. Now, if it's too much, that's why I always got a little stock in there, you see? We're going to bring it back to boil, and then you'll know. The idea, like I said, is the vegetables are not falling, and eventually they will fall in the bottom, but not right away. You see, they're floating for a while, you see? So it's really, really important. And the texture of it is completely different, I promise you now. Instead of this soupy, see, look, you got a much better consistency. And I think you could add just a little bit more. Just a little bit more. Let's just wait a second though before we do, because now we really got a good rolling boil, and I think it's good. I think we have it. We have it right there. Good. Let's test for final seasoning. Let's see if it needs a little more salt and pepper. Ooh, it's hot. Oh. Could use it almost salt again. The salt police is going nuts out there. They're going, oh my goodness, they're putting too much salt. That's it. I think we got it, friends. We are good. Beautiful consistency. Beautiful soup. You can put a little bit of more cream, just a little bit. Oop, that's it. That's it. Right there, and I think we have a beautiful soup, my friends. Look how gorgeous it is, see? I'm telling you, this is going to be beautiful. This, I'm going to be right there pouring myself a nice ladle. Look how beautiful that is. This is the way I like my corn chowder, friends. This is the way I like my corn chowder, you see? Where it's really a lot of solids. Now you can appreciate the carrots, and you got a spoon. Yeah, you can appreciate the beauty of and you took the time to make your carrots, and then right there, look, it's beautiful. It's gorgeous. Look at this. This is the corn chowder. So you can make it thicker, you can make it thinner. It's really up to you, my friend. But however you make it, you're gonna love it. It's beautiful. Oh, that's delicious. Just wait until it's not so hot. My friend, it's delicious. Make extra so you can freeze it. I got enough right there to freeze. I freeze them in a 32-ounce container. I'm gonna love it. My friends, remember, thumbs up if you like the video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. And don't forget to ring the bell. Thanks for watching, friends. Well, now this is my bowl. So I'm telling you, this is delicious, but I should wait a little bit because it's hot. I say that, mamma mia. Oh, you see, it's perfect consistency. Look at this. Look at this thing. What is that? That's a thing of beauty. Gorgeous. Okay, let's eat some.